Okay, uh, recording started. So, in previous sessions, we looked into how to create the backend APIs in which we write it down and auth APIs, sign up, login, and logout APIs. Also, we looked into how to create a signup.html page with working functionality. So, today, first thing we will do is we will create the login.html section. So for this, create login.html. Paste the same content as we do not need anything. Username should be there. This would be login. Sign up. Create account. Login. See, we have this username and password thing, and we have written down the functionality. So let's test it with any one of the users. Yet we are redirected to customer dashboard, and if we log in as an admin, so we should be redirected to admin dashboard. So see, admin dashboard we are being redirected to. So this confirms that our login.html file is also working correctly. Next thing, which we will, the most important part for today would be to look into creating a CRUD operation functionality. So if we look into our schedule, so today we will covering up the CRUD operations, which holds more than 50% of our project. So I will be doing one CRUD operations and the search functionality here itself. And based on that, you should also be able to implement CRUD operation on your pages as well. Then we would only be left with the statistics page and chart creation thing. So MAD1 is a small project, does not have many much complex functionalities. So we will look into that part now. So for this, we would be needing an another main.py where we would be putting up our all the CRUD operations code. So for this, same we will implement from Flask. We will import blueprint, comma render template, comma request the URL for slash uh, from models. We will import this, and this way we will define our blueprint. So main name, and here we will write down our API. So we would name it as admin. slash manage. I would be naming it cat. Then methods we are only allowing is get and post method. And with those two methods, we will be taking care of create, update, remove, and get different type of things. So also we will using at the rate login required, which means no unauthorized person should be able to log in. Def manage get. So if current, sorry, if first thing we will write down the code for post method. So and if create category in request.form, we would get the category. So what I means is that from front end we will be sending three requests. One would be creating a category, deleting a category, and updating a category. So based on these things, we will do different tasks on it. So first one is the creating a new category. So when we are creating a new category, we will would get category name from the front end side. So category underscore name and existing category, we would implement a chain category dot query dot filter by name equals to category underscore name dot first. And if existing category, we will just response like flash category already existed. Otherwise, we will create the new category. db dot session dot add new category commit, and we will flash like it's a success. Else if now we are using different. So else if uh, remove category, so we will be removing it. So for remove, we don't need anything like the naming of it or something from as we have a category ID, which is the important field. Based on that, we could delete it. So category underscore ID, category dot. So from here, what we have done is we receive the category ID. Then we run a query in the category, which is category dot query. Let me check the name. Okay. So now we are running a query like categories dot query dot get category ID. Here we are not using any filter as the category ID is the primary key and it will always be unique. So we will implementing it dot get, and then if category exists, we will do db dot session dot delete and the category, and it will delete it from our database, and then commit and will flash the category removed successfully. Else we are doing flash category not found and category equals to and particular error or something. Other one which is now pending is else if update category in request form. So in this we would be receiving category ID, the new category name, because as we are changing the name of the particular category, the whole previous name would not hold something much, and it could create an issue. Uh, So, we will receive category ID, the newer category name. From category, we would get the category details. And if category exists, the way to change it is category, then the name of the column which you are changing information for. Let's say in categories we are changing name. So category dot name and equals to new category name, which will automatically assign the newer value to this particular column, and then we will commit and will close the sessions, and it will be done. Once everything is done, we could simply uh, return redirect. Also, we will write down for this. If not current user, current user is the one which is requested for this role is equal 0. So if its role is not 0, so we will do a vote 403, which means forbidden access. And if everything is fine, so we will run the query like categories equals to categories dot query dot all. I think I have turned on the first. Here we would need upload, and here we will send the data. Now how to send the data is simply in get request write render underscore template, name of the HTML file cat.html, then whatever the data you are trying to send, you can send it using like this. So this is the key and it contains this value, and this key we would be able to use it in our HTML page, as render template will automatically take care of that it should be accessible to the HTML side as well. So now this is for the CRUD operation of the categories. Now we have to initialize it. So same way we would do from.main app.register main.blueprint and refresh, and it should refresh. So now this is done. Any doubt on this part, please you can ask now.
It would be same for creating a spot, deleting a spot, right?
Same.
Okay. So,
The column name would could be changed.
no doubt, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now we will look into the manage category part. So for this, we will create manage cat.html and yeah, manage categories, manage categories. Here in the body, we will write down. So my design would be at the top, we would be having an input box where through which we would be able to create a new categories there, and then at the below we would be showing them the existing categories which exist right now. So here H2 create category, create category, that we would be having a form method equals to post. Sorry. Also, we can add the action URL as well. So action equals to curly braces URL for main dot manage cat. So we are specifically mentioning what is the function name to which we have to send this. Now here we would be giving an input field. Type would be text and name should be the category, create category, which we are using as a condition at the backend as well. Create category. Then we can add a placeholder. So placeholder is something which you usually see inside an input box, like enter your category name here or enter your name here, something like this, which you normally see. We will also show it in a bit. And then a required field, which means that it should not be null. If we are clicking on the button, so a button type submit and this create, and it would create a new some create it would create a new category in our case. Then so here now here we will be having an showing existing categories and input type text. We could also add a search bar here as well. So we would be adding a search bar, placeholder, search categories, and then that's it. Now they now here we will show the existing categories. So the way to do is the exclamation mark. First condition we will type is if categories, which means we have received some data and it contains some values. Then we will type a for loop that for category in categories, and inside it we will show different information. So first one would be uh, category dot name. So any variable value which is a variable, we have to show you in Jinja using this curly braces. So you have to enclose them in the curly braces and then name it like category dot name. Same way we are mentioning, it will show us the name. Then we will be adding a form. Method equals to post action equals to curly braces URL for main dot manage cat input input type, we put add as input type should be hidden, and name category underscore ID, and the value which it will be holding is category underscore ID. So by type equals to hidden means it will not be shown to the front end user side, as the category ID does not hold any specific value or significance to the customer side or the front end side. We don't want it to be shown to the front end, so we are using it as an hidden. Then we are showing this type equals to text, which should be new category name, and value is correct, everything correct. Then we will give a button of edit, name equals to edit category, and type submit. So here we are, what we are doing, we showed the category name. Here we have given an input box which holds category ID, and inside a form we have a category ID stored and a category name, new category name, where the user should be able to type the new category, and then an edit button. Once this field is filled, he should be able to click on edit, and the edit should be initiated, and it should create a new edit the existing one in our database. Then we have method equals to post, same way action. So we could copy it from here, input type text, same way here, name category ID, value category ID, and then we will only need a button. And once the form is ended, and for and else, and we know categories exist and ended. So what we did, first we end the add for loop, this one. Then we have added a if condition. So add, otherwise if it's not there, we will type p no category is available, and then we are using and if to show like that's it. Now the next thing which we will implementing is an script which is for search bar. So there are two ways in which we can implement the search functionalities. So one way is you write down a backend API. Whenever somebody types on it and clicks on enter, you would send a request to the backend. It will search and send a new data, and it will then show it to the user, which is like will take some time. Another way is you get all the data from backend, and in front end you implement the logic of search through which it should be quick, so you don't have to depend on the backend for it. So backend dependencies would be less, and also it would be lot faster. So element by id search.
Can you repeat what you just said?
So there are two ways. One is to we write down the API. So in API, what happens is from front end you request something to the backend, like I want this information or something. So it will process and send the data again. It takes some millisecond of time, but it takes. Also, it could be if multiple users are available in your application and they all are doing the search bar, so it could create a computational load on your backend to simply implement a search functionality. So to reduce some of the load from the from the back end, we can implement search functionality on the front end itself using JavaScript. So what JavaScript would help is we should be able to do search and all those things without any dependencies on the backend.
Okay, sir.
Then we would do add event listener. So event listener means it will wait for it will like constantly it monitors the changes whatever that is happening. So we are especially mentioning it as well, and then based on that we will implement a function. Then let filter equals to this dot value. So this dot value means the value which we are typing, and we will convert it into a lowercase. So why we are doing it like this is somebody during the creation of a category or something, it could save by mistake some of the letters can be in alpha like in uppercase or something, and we don't want the search functionality to not work in that particular case. So we will convert the data into lowercase format so that everything matches up correctly. So function, sorry, item equals to this let category dot name equals to item dot query. So here what we are doing is we would have to add one class here. So class category name, and what it will do is it will store the category name inside it. So it will do, it will get the values from as from this particular class, will convert into a lowercase format, and then if we will add condition. So if category name includes the filter, which is the value which we have typed, so item dot style dot display equals to this, which means we will show it to the user, otherwise we will not show it, so which is none. And that's it from the search functionality. Now let's test out the things. So currently we are logged in as this, then manage cat. See, we are seeing this create category and vegetables, click on create. So it should have so some issue. Manage main dot manage underscore class create category. I put the text. 302. Okay. Typing instructor. Save. Feature. Non-null constraint. Type. Where pick up. Not null constraint. Request. Request dot form dot get category underscore name. Create category. KIT. Create category. Should be- Okay, yeah. Now this is done. Saying it should work for VJ. Yeah. Okay, now we are able to create this one. If we click on delete, it should delete the data in the database. Again, typing extract, remove, yeah. Now remove and milk products, edit, okay, update category, update milk products. Yeah, now that is also working. So now we will show the, let's click, okay. Now let we will search test search functionality at the search bar. ID search bar, place search categories, text, category dash name, We also need this thing. Let category items equals to document dot query select all category item and category item. Yeah. So now if I type, so you can see like how dynamic it is and it's working how fast. As soon as I type something, even if in between something, let's say I type AS, so whatever if it is present in between and it's showing us those results correctly. So this is how you can also implement search functionality on your side as well, based on if you're searching for a particular naming or something on your particular page. So, any doubts on this part?
So what if I try to create a category which is already existing?
Okay, let's FT. It's not been created. I am trying to type, create the same category FT, and it's not letting me create as we have a constraint as well. This one, if existing, so we will not show it. Currently, we not have added this thing, messaging thing, flash message. Otherwise, it will show us here the category does exist or something. But overall it will not let us create our category. Also, another thing which we can confirm is we will go to login, user one. We logged in as a user, customer, and now we will go to that, see forward and access. So it also making sure that no other person. So in your case, you can also implement this thing for admin side pages, as it is also important to add a authentication authorization, like no unauthorized user should be able to do certain tasks, especially this admin related task. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so that was it for the today's session. We looked into how to create the CRUD operation, CRUD APIs, and implement it on the front end side. We also covered the search functionality as well. So for tomorrow's session, I would be giving you an hands-on on how to implement styling on your pages, so which is also an important part. Basic styling is needed. Complex is not an important factor as soon as the overall the styling does not hold some marks or something. So even if you do a very basic styling, that is fine by you, fine by proctors and everyone. So little bit of one would be fine. So tomorrow we will look into the styling part of it, as we have completed these two parts, and then we would be having a 3 day doubt clearance session. So until then, you get a lot of time to complete your application and start working on your project. And if any problem is occurring for you, then you can ask me or you could push it in the G space.